Born in the USA. I was born in the USA. I was. Okay, I'm gonna. Hello, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to this space, and welcome to this video. Join us wherever you're joining from, and let's relax. Let's all take a deep breath. Let's all just let loose and unwind. And let's talk about, I'll be doing the talking, but let's talk about all the movies that I watched in. It's gonna adjust my camera a little bit. Yes, there we go. Much better. Yeah, okay, better. All the movies that I watched in the month of January. This is a January media roundup or a media rewind. Mostly, I'm going to talk about all the films that I watched. However, I did read one and a half book in January. But this video is primarily for all the films that I watched in the month of January. And it's quite a lot. It's one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, 8 films in the month of January. I've started this year out strong, and I really want to keep it going the same way. And the first film that I watched this year, let's get on with it. People We Meet on Vacation. And I know what you're thinking. I know what you're thinking. I know what you're thinking already. Why would you start your year off with a film of that kind? Let's just say, let's put it like that. Um, People We Meet on Vacation. Let me just, if you haven't heard already, if you are living under a rock, not a big rock, but not a boulder, but like a small rock, and you do not know who Emily Henry is. She is an author who got really famous because she wrote a bunch of romance novels, and they really appealed to a lot of people. They appealed to a mass audience, and she has a huge fan base. People who really like her characters, who find her characters relatable. I have tried reading two of her books. One, which is the book which this movie is based on, People We Meet on Vacation, that one. And the other is Book Lovers. But I just did not find them intriguing enough, or even there was nothing in it for me. I did not like the characters. I couldn't relate to the characters. I just couldn't. Um, which is why I thought, you know what? I might be judging this whole Emily Henry train, or this Emily Henry book world, universe, whatever it is, too quickly. Maybe I should give it another shot, and which is why I decided to watch this film, and I regretted it. You can see my letterboxd review. I only gave it 1 star because I didn't want to give it any stars because I did not enjoy myself. The plot is, at least the beginning, the meet cute of this story is literally picked up from when Harry met Sally. It's the exact same. There's two people who are going home uh, during their college vacation, and the girl is really chatty and bubbly and annoying for someone like me, and the guy is quiet, brooding, and he has just a lot of going on in his mind. And he is someone who wants to live a quiet life, something that is going to um that's what he aims to do, a quiet life, fulfilling job. And she wants to travel, she wants to see the world, she wants to experience, she wants to not take life one day at a time. She just wants to fucking have party and have fun. You get the drift. And they meet, and they become friends, and they decide to go on a vacation every year to a different place because they're both white and they're both rich. And that's pretty much it. They do that. They go on vacation each year, and every vacation they have some or the other kind of experience, some or the other kind of interact. I mean, it's just so boring that I'm describing this plot because nothing happens. You know exactly what happens. They go on like one vacation too many and they realize that they're in love with each other and they get together. What are you expecting me to say? No spoilers? Fuck no. You will get all of this from the trailer itself, or even if you just read the description. I mean, you know where this is headed. There's no spoilers inherently. But only the thing is that why would you make this into a film? Like, who is watching this? Who is liking these characters? Who is thinking, oh, I see myself in these characters? My letterbox review is very honest. It's very very cutting, you might say, because as an Indian, I did not find this film appealing to anything. But personally, I do like a bit of back and forth, a bit of drama, a bit of masala in your film. And I mean, I'm not expecting it from something like People We Meet on Vacation, a very dry, bland film. Not expecting any of that from this film, or like someone who called this idea out to be as ridiculous, because it is a ridiculous idea to be going on random vacations with one guy that you met when you went for camp and that you took a road trip, when you went home with this guy. To go on a trip every single year with this man is ridiculous. um so yes, I mean, there was no conflict. There's nothing, man. Like, just don't watch this film. I don't want to waste my breath talking about this. Next film I watched, I'm looking at my laptop over here. I have my letterboxd opened. I have my letterbox linked in the description. So if you want to follow me there, if you want to check out what films I watch, you can follow me on letterboxd. Next film I watched is Rye Lane. It is a romantic comedy again. I wanted to start my year off on a lighter note and not a blander note, but I did start it with People We Meet on Vacation. I don't think it gets blander than that. But Rye Lane wasn't bland. Rye Lane was actually funny. And it was actually good. It's a film about two 20 somethings who are just entering the workforce, who are just getting out of their comfort zone, and they live in London. They're from London, and they're just trying to, figure life out, which is great. And I think the best part about this film is that the cinematography mirrors the anxiety of the characters, which I found incredible. I find it not just the anxiety, but the cinematography of this film is very experimental. Like, you'll have all of a sudden you'll have these fisheye shots. All of a sudden you'll have these weird, uh, not weird, but these different kinds of color combinations. These different kinds of uh, shots that have a different mood to them, and it's a very experimentally short film. Or maybe that's done on purpose. Maybe not, maybe I think it's definitely done on purpose, because they want to mirror the kind of emotions you feel in your early 20s, when everything is uncertain and you're just trying to see what works out for you. You're just trying to experiment. You're just trying to, dip your toes in the water and feel it for yourself. So I think, which is why the cinematography mirrors it. I also like the characters. They had a lot of depth to them. So basically, it's a story of two 20 somethings who meet at uh, some kind of an exhibition, a photo art exhibition, and they hit it off immediately. I mean, not immediately, but you'll see what I mean if you watch the film. But they do hit it off, and they start talking, and they both realize that they are going through breakups, which is a very significant thing in your 20s, where you go through uh, a different kind of breakup, and you learn more about yourself, and you learn a lot about the other person and what that other person brought out in yourself. And you sort of learn how to live with it and how to be a better person. So Rylane explores that emotion too, in depth, and you have both the characters uh, dealing with it, talking to each other about it, and just trying to figure it out and getting up to all sorts of hijinks as they uh, as they try to get back at their exes for dumping them. And that's what I liked about this film, is because some of the hijinks that they get up to, they're ridiculous. I mean, you wouldn't expect something like this for people who are adults to be doing, but they do it because, in your early 20s, even though you're legally an adult, you're not mentally an adult. You're not thinking straight. So that's an aspect of this film that I really enjoyed. So if you want to watch a romantic comedy, lighthearted, something, just to take the edge off, Rye Lane is a great watch. I think I would definitely recommend it. The next film, not thing, well, I watched was Bend It Like Beckham. This film has been on my list for a really, really long time. And I finally watched it in January and I loved it. I gave it 5 stars. You can read my review. I enjoyed the film a lot. It's a film about an Indian girl who's living in the UK with her Punjabi family, and how she is great at football. She loves playing football with her in her like local park with the boys, and she just loves being just loves playing football. And her parents don't love the fact that she's playing football, and they hate it, and they don't want her to do anything have don't want her to have to do anything with football, so they try their best to stop her, and they tried their best to shatter her dreams, but she doesn't let them. She is sneaking around. She is, not following the rules. She's using her sister. She's using her friends. She's doing all that she can to go and play football. And as simple as it sounds, the film is actually very layered. It's not just about this one girl's struggle with her Indian family, wanting to play football or wanting to just be a sports person. It's also about the family's struggle to integrate within, within the UK society. So each and every character has been given their due diligence, is what I'm trying to say. It's not just about the main character. Of course, it's about her, but it's not just about her, which is what I really liked. I mean, it was really refreshing to see a film where it was not just about two characters, or it was not just about the main character. And I think it's because films from the 90s and early 2000s had the luxury of time, they were longer. Films these days, they're barely over 90 minutes. And because of the South Asian main character, I think it is easier for me to relate to these films. Moving on to the next film that I watched, which is a documentary on Netflix called Unknown: The Lost Pyramid. So there are 3 to 4 in this series called Unknown Secrets of the Universe and Unknown something something. But I watched the one with the pyramid and I loved it. I really thoroughly enjoyed it. It's about this group of Egyptian archaeologists who are digging around the Saqqara tomb, and they are trying to find the Pyramid of Honi. They think that the Pyramid of Honi is still intact. No one has found the tomb of Honi. No one has, robbed the tomb of Honi. So these archaeologists are of the mindset that, they can find this tomb and they can find Honi's sarcophagus. So we catch these archaeologists at the beginning of the dig season, and we get to know a lot about how they carry out an archaeological excavation in 2 different sites near the Saqqara tomb, and they're looking for pieces from the old kingdom, and they do find a bunch of tombs actually that are untouched and not robbed. I mean, just imagine like you are seeing stuff from thousands of years ago being unearthed in front of your eyes. Like you're seeing these mummies, buried in a certain way. I don't know, man. I mean, I have been to Egypt, and I get it, man. I get the fascination with ancient Egypt, and I get the fascination with pyramids and understanding what was it like all these years ago when civilization was beginning. And I don't know, man. It's just too cool. If you have time, if you want to watch something exciting, interesting, and knowledgeable, I would definitely recommend Unknown: The Lost Pyramid, because I have watched a lot of Egypt documentaries even before going to Egypt and after coming back from there. I mean, I am no archaeologist, okay, yeah, but I do enjoy watching it. The subject matter to me is really cool, and there's so much um, mystery involved around it because we don't really know, but we're trying to know. However, in this documentary, they do focus a lot on how, until now, there was a very colonial outlook on the digging which had taken place in Egypt. So these two archaeologists who are actually doing the digging and who are actually looking for the tomb of Honi are Egyptians. So they kind of want to take the narrative into their own hands, and they want to tell Egypt's story through Egyptians. The next film, you can say, it's another documentary, was Cheetahs Up Close with Bertie Gregory. Bertie Gregory is probably my favorite naturalist, wildlife filmmaker, ecologist. I don't know what his real title is, but he's a wildlife filmmaker for sure. He works with Nat Geo primarily. And he has this TV series on Geo Plus Hotstar called Animals Up Close with Bertie Gregory. There's also one called Sharks Up Close, I feel, but this one, which I watched, is Cheetahs Up Close, which is about, well, take a guess, take a wild guess. Cheetahs, yes. These cheetahs living in the Serengeti. And so Bertie and his team, they follow a bunch of different groups of cheetahs. So this one mother with her cub, and then there's like a group of adult male cheetahs that they're brothers, a band of brothers. And then you have I think there is a mother and her two fully grown, almost adult cubs. So there's a bunch of these different groups of cheetahs that Bertie and his team are following up close, and they're actually documenting their behavior, and they're documenting how they hunt and what causes them to be on the move all the time, and what causes them to hunt in a certain way, and cheetah populations being on the decline. How do these cheetahs try and survive in the wild? Because the threat does not just come from lions and larger predators, it also comes from changing habitats, losing their habitat to either mining or farming or other ecological conditions, climate change, which is obviously a result of human actions, and also over tourism, overpopulation, all of that bad stuff, which is obviously a man made shithole for these animals, which I do not like one bit. But yes, Bertie does touch upon the fact that there's over tourism and how tourist vehicles go literally in the cheetah is here and the vehicle is right here, like fucking 15 feet away from the cheetah. And the cheetah can't do anything. They're shy animals. They do not approach humans. They don't panic and they don't like lurch and jump at humans. But they're just scared, man. Just stay the fuck away from them. Let them do their thing. You do your own thing. You can observe them from um, like afar. But Bertie also tells us bunch about the technology that they're using to film, the people who are actually working on cheetah conservation in the Serengeti, and it's just a great documentary. I don't know why I'm waffling on and on about it. Just go and watch it. I watched Mere Brother Ki Dulhan. Don't ask me why. I just like to have range. I did not like it. You can read my review. Um, I just, buddy, I don't know, man. Like, I don't know why I watched this film. It was such an outlandish film, outlandish plot, insane characters. I think this film didn't do well at the box office, and I can see why, because it's not that good of a film. It's bad, man. It's bad. The plot is bad. The characters are very shallow, and I think I just wanted to feel that early 2010s optimism that you could feel in films, but did not feel any of that. I don't know, it was just bad. The writing was bad, the dialogues, the characters, Katrina Kaif's acting especially. I mean, we all knew Katrina Kaif couldn't act. We just went to the movies to see her face. And I get it, man. She was the it girl. She still is, but she really couldn't act, man. She couldn't act to save her life. This film, especially, I think Imran Khan is the only one who is holding it together in this film. But then again, I don't know why they made this film, but I'm also happy that they made this film because it actually made me think about the fact that back in the good old days of Bollywood, which ended in 2017 or 18, they used to actually take risks with plots, and romantic comedies were a thing, and people were actually trying to make romantic comedies. So that's all I'll say about Mere Brother Ki Dulhan. Nothing more, nothing less. Next is a film that I watched with my cousin. Shout out, is a Marathi film called Dhoom Dhadaka. So last year, like literally a couple of months back, in I think in September of 2025, I watched Ashi Hi Banwa Banvi with my cousin, which is another Marathi film starring the usual trio: Lakshmikant Berde, Ashok Saraf. With that one doesn't have Manoj Kothare, but well. So I watched that one, and then this year I wanted to watch more films having the iconic duo of Lakshmikant Berde and Ashok Saraf. And so my cousin suggested we watch Dhum Dhadaka, which is thankfully available on Z5, I think. It's a very, very funny film. Most of the humor comes from the slapstick comedy, and it comes from just Ashok Saraf being Ashok Saraf. I don't think I can explain that in any way, shape, or form. But I really enjoyed this film. It's just so funny. The plot is, well, there is a plot to this film. Popular to contrary belief, there is a plot to this film. There's actually um, some semblance of a story. But you don't watch films with Ashok Saraf and Lakshmikant Berde, or films like Dhoom Dhadaka or Banwa Banvi for the plot. You watch them for the humor. You just want to like shut your brain off and watch something for 3 hours that's going to make you laugh and that's going to keep you entertained, which is why you watch these films. So if you're having a bad day and if you want to watch something funny, do watch Dhoom Dhadaka. It gave me the kick I wanted. It was fun. Next, the final film, I think, yes, the final film I watched in January is Springsteen, Deliver Me from Nowhere. Born in the USA, I was born in the USA, I was. Okay, I'm gonna shut up. Bruce Springsteen, Dancing in the Dark, Radio Nowhere, Born to Run. Uh, Greats, absolute bangers, absolute king of music. He's the boss. What do you want me to say about Bruce Springsteen? I mean, he is the boss for a reason. He's called the boss, literally. I have always loved Bruce Springsteen's music. I have grown up, of sorts, listening to his music. My father introduced me to his music, and I have liked it. And So I really wanted to watch this film, also because it stars Jeremy Allen White, and I really wanted to see how he plays anything other than Carmen Berzato from The Bear. He does a great job, by the way, at playing Bruce Springsteen. However, you cannot really take Jeremy Allen White, like, because I have only seen him as Carmen from The Bear. It's really hard for me to not see him, like to see him as anyone else. Maybe that's just me, but he does a good job. The film is about, it's not a biopic about the entirety of Bruce's life. It's just about a period of his life, which was a really difficult and traumatic time for him. So that's when he was really struggling. He was grappling. He was trying to come to terms with the fact that, uh, whether he should embrace this journey moving forward or he should just, take a step back, which is why he released an album like Nebraska. And I feel like he really made a boss move by sticking to his integrity, just by being who he is and sticking to his guns and not changing that or compromising his artistic integrity for the people or for the billboard or for the people in the music industry, his producers or his label. I do not think a lot of artists do that, because everything is a marketing gimmick now. So I don't think a lot of people are doing that. A lot of artists are doing that. But he had the backbone, man. He had the spine. And seeing his, his journey as an artist, not the entirety of it, of course, but this middle part, which no one talks about, I think they did a good job. I have not seen a lot of biopics like these, and I think it's important to look at these biopics and look at these time periods in people's lives, to actually see how it was back then and how it is now. But overall, I think if you have heard Bruce Springsteen's music, if you like it, if you like his sound, if you like his um, originality, his persona, the fact that he's called the boss, I think you would enjoy this film. And that's it for this video. Thank you so much for staying tuned till the very end. I really appreciate that if you did. And subscribe to this channel if you like my video. I did enjoy making this video. I do enjoy talking about the films that I watched. And I am trying to expand my movies, films palette. So I really want to try watching different kinds of films than the usual stuff that I watched, which is why I have included a couple of documentaries in this video. And I also want to watch more regional Marathi cinema, because I remember that when I was a kid, I used to watch Marathi films, but ever since I don't think I have watched a lot of Marathi films in the recent years. So I want to watch more of them too. And yes, that's it. That's it. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.